Welcome everybody, and this is for our April 24th, 2020 auction. The auction will be on Sunday, the 24th at noon California time, and this is a single owner primitives collection. So we're gonna just real quick go through some of the collections. As you can see, guys, there's a lot of stuff, and there's horses and sheeps and pictures, tables full of goodies. If Dan turns around real quick, packed all the way through, and there's actually more outside. So why don't we go? Well, it's like child size, you know. So as you see, we have some child size pieces, lots of toys and folk art to primitives. On the counter here, actually in the counter, we have dolls, antique dolls, and then if Dan will get over there, folk art painting. So a lot of antique German stick leg sheep. And then over here, I'm not going to do too much talking, but I will, famous last words, but I will do some. These are child's dishes from the turn of the century and a little earlier. Salesman sample. We do have a whole variety of salesman samples and miniature. That one is a tilt-top tea table with inlaid marquetry. And then if you go up here, this is 18th century Philadelphia. And then we have some miniature cruet sets, some Amish toys, candy containers, German Christmas trees. That's a little Bradley and Hubbard piece, or pieces. And then more candy containers.
Okay.
So that's what all the Easter eggs went. So lots of salesman sample size items and miniatures. This is like a really interesting piece. It's an armoire. You can see by the escutcheon the age of the piece, and just a perfect replica of what a larger size piece would be. So we have some interesting salesman samples on this table, including some stools and then just a little bits of everything. This one's neat too because top flips up, and I like this one. This is probably my, I shouldn't say favorites because it's like saying you have a favorite child, and that's not good. That's like a faux pas. But this dry sink, I just love this dry sink, including the copper lining. So great little piece, great size salesman sample. Again, he's going to drag a dry sink around to try to show a potential customer, but that's great. And then primitive cradles. Boy, it's just everything. And then we have this great dollhouse in the replica of a log cabin, great piece of folk art. And then this folk art gypsy type wagon over here.
Okay.
Cups of box lots. So these are little spice type container food storage boxes. These French glass cover pieces. Butter churn, also most likely French in origin. And then here's my herd. So it takes, I guess, all kinds to make up a herd. This guy is kind of, I think they're all unique, but this one is articulated, including the head. And he's got this little remnant of a tail, and he's on a cast iron stand. And then we have kitchen miniatures here with some antique lures and lighting. So everything from nautical to railroad. So you can light up whatever it is that you drive.
Okay.
Drive the right word.
Okay.
But wait, there's more. And there are mixing bowls, benches. Let me talk about shipping a little bit. So if you're a little bit curious about how shipping works, we work with a wonderful outside shipper. If you have bigger lots, you can see all of our terms and conditions for shipping. in our T's and C's on Live Auctioneers, which is where the auction is held. And we do ship some items in-house, but if we don't, we can hook you up with a great shipper who has shipped thousands of items for us. And actually, he's very reasonable and a professional shipper. Prices end up being about the same as if we do it in-house. So if it were me, you know, I would like to have somebody professional because we're professional auctioneers. But I would not let shipping worry you, even on some of the bigger pieces. But I did want to point out this beautiful terranium from the turn of the century.
Okay, go.
So going into some of the cases, whirly gigs to kitchen containers to foot carriage warmers to Roseville and Weller pottery to sad irons. Very happy that I don't have to iron with a sad iron. To toys and whale lamps. We just have something for everybody. And this one here I wanted to point out is Vaseline Glass right over here. So much stuff, you guys. Case number 1.
Go.
And another case full of primitives. Now, this is a single owner collection up to lot 500. And it's just amazing the amount of stuff. There's many lots that have multiple items in the lot. So the whole warehouse is very full at the moment. Great baskets. Love this little piece. Yeah, I mean, look at the age. Oops, and there goes the tag. To another, this is a box of buttons. So we're gonna show you a few textiles, baskets though, from miniature to all the way up to full size.
Go.
Okay, this is a couple coverlets. I'm a big fan of coverlets. They tend to go for some reasonable prices for what they are, especially this one's from 1857. And we have two different coverlets. This one does have a little bit more wear. I think I caught, it's just, you know, not everything's in perfect condition, but yeah, cut that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in an apocalypse apparently, you know, so people have been prepping. Now you can make your own butter and you can do so many things by hand now. I mean, that's what primitives are. This is how people survived, you know, and made things that they needed to function in their life. And these are firkin baskets, which these are great. And then this would be here. This is a really cool piece, a spice drying rack. So you would gather your herbs and then dry them on a rack like this. And then this is a cool piece as well. There's a lot of cool pieces. I ain't gonna lie, people. If you are in the area, we are open today till 6:30 for preview. So and today's Friday. So just FYI, this is a woman's work basket, but it does have provenance from the original owners, which is pretty amazing.
Like 1837 or something like that. 57. It's early. It's early.
Well, I don't know. Just to clarify, it is 1867 with perhaps a portrait of the original owner of the basket with the history. So that's very rare to find that. I'm going to slip that in there for safekeeping. And then this table that the basket is on is a work table. So it actually opens up. We do have a video of it, so we'll include that, but it actually opens up, and if you can see, it's curved and you can store things in there. So if you're in a small space, now a lot of these things are designed for a small space and to be multifunctional, but today you could use this as a decorative table or even a little breakfast nook type table. Then I'm going to go this way, Dan, to the pie safe here. So the pie safe does appear to have its original paint, which is really amazing. And the punch work on this is beautiful. It's very ornate. You'll see some other pie safes that we have. This one has this beautiful floral motif, and I'll open it up. So one of the reasons it looks like it's the original paint is when you twist, it looks pretty original to me. And then there's the inside. And then we were talking a little earlier about firkin baskets. This is probably the largest firkin I have ever seen in my life. It's a whole lot of firkin. It is, so this would gather a lot of goodies for you back in the day. Now I'm going to go over to the other pie safe here. So here is another pie safe. And this one is in brown with, again, the punch work. And then I think the really special one is on top, actually. I think the red is special, but I think that little miniature, and it's not really a miniature one, it's just smaller. I'm hesitant to call it a salesman sample, but it's a beautiful piece. And then we're going to go over to the table here.
Cool.
Yes, this table, we have another video of it, so we will show you that. It is a Pennsylvania 19th century tilt bench table. So actually this part, you would take the peg out here and the peg out on the other side, and it flips up to be a bench. There is a video of it, as well as we've got bread bowls, lots of bread bowls. So if you're a fan, we have quite a few. Now if Dan goes right behind him, then we have some of our very special antique dolls. Lot 1, which is the top one, you can't miss because it is lot 1. She's very rare. And then we have our China head doll underneath, which is large. If you take a look at the photo, this is lot 71. If you take a look at the second photo, you'll see she's almost size of a small child. She's very large. So, and that's a very unique size, and especially to be in that condition. So this is the vintage Halloween and some toys, and we have a lot of interesting pieces and decoys. I'll just have Dan zoom in and show you around this case here.
Can't see those.
Go back to lot 82 up here, Dan, because this toy, which is the Red Ranger Ride-'em Cowboy, was only produced for 1 year, so it's a very obviously rare toy, and that is lot 82 for you toy collectors out there. And we do have what is named, I put on the tag the stuff that nightmares are made of, and I believe Amy wrote in here, this is the Demon Unicorn, because yeah, it probably had fur at one point, but now, yeah, it goes in the Halloween section. But it's fun. So there's some fun stuff in this case. And then, oh, I did want to point out the architectural angel. Sorry about that. That's like nails on a chalkboard. The architectural angel up there. And then we'll just head over to the next case. Okay, in this case, we have a lot of hand-cranked butter churns, and then we do have full-size ones as well, which I'll show you in a little later. But benches, this is a cool primitive piece. Antique toy, where almost these look like bottle caps, and little Ferris wheel, really sweet. And then we do have lots of chairs. You're going to see we have all sizes from miniatures to full size. We have a 19th century Windsor. We have some great farmhouse chairs, more bird cages outside. And then let's go over this way. And then we have lots of utilitarian type of buckets. And then I showed you the big firkin. And then down there is a little firkin, little firkin. And then some candlesticks, tall candlesticks, hanging boxes, antique children's shoes. And I do like these cutlery boxes. I think they're very, 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 very rustic and primitive looking. So that is a lot 307. So for those of you that are watching that are not local, we do work with a number of shippers, and we're going to be showing you some big pieces. So don't be afraid, because we work with shippers that can help you get your pieces to you if you are going to think about buying some of the furniture. So let's show some furniture. Okay, so now why don't you just pan first so we can kind of show all the larger pieces that we have that you can use to store all your great primitives in. I mean, how perfect, right? So And so you may hear some noises. Apologize for that. We do have architectural pieces. You can see some of the candlesticks here. We have a newel post in the back, architectural Victorian ornament, and then we're going to get into chairs. There's chairs all over. But I think Dan could just probably walk through most of this. There are lots of chairs and bird cages and architect and miniature chairs. So these are in lots, and lots of miniature chairs. And there's some, oh, we forgot the Victorian screen door. I mean, very important. We just need some screens. And then we do have some nice Windsor chairs here too as well. So check it out. We have just one more little area to show you.
Go.
A couple more pieces here. Great little cupboard, and you can see the scale because we do have these absolutely fabulous butter churns. I mean, there's primitive and there's really primitive. Like this one has a lid that has a handle. I mean, step up in the world here, you know. And then there's just a couple more pieces around this way.
Take it.
So we do have this antique cabinet. This is one of the later lots, so it's past lot 500. It does need some restoration. It does have two of the knobs. They're just loose. But if you wanted to just have something that looked really, really rustic or needed a little restoration, this would be a great project piece. And then you can see the miniature salesman type children pieces. And then we have this great American flag. I'm going to just show the back of it so you can take a look. And then this piece is our antique child's portrait, which was one of the praises of his collection. Can you get that, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
And he did pay over $1,200 for this piece. Really, really sweet, nice facial detail and brushwork. The frame has a little bit of chipping, but other than that, it's a really in very nice condition. And again, the auction is this Sunday, April 24th at noon California time. If you do have any questions, please let us know. We'll be happy to answer what we can. And thank you very much for watching. And this is Dan. No, wait, I'm Suki.
And I'm Dan.
I'm tired. Hi, I'm tired.
This is Dan and Suki, and we're going to sign out now.
Sign off now because, ta-da, that's how it's done.